birds with one stone by picking Ifeanyi Arthur Okowa from south. He also has one leg in the southeast. That's why his name is Ifeanyi Chukwu. Ifeanyi Chukwu is an Igbo name. He's not one of those who would deny their Igbo ancestry because of whatever reason. He's a proud man. He speaks Igbo very well. So at the end of the day, majority of the people in that zone belong to what I said some people call Hausa Fulani. Don't just reduce it to Fulani. So there is an affiliation between the Hausas and the Fulanis. There is no way majority of the people in that zone, including Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, and all those places, there is no way they are going to leave their own man, Atiku Abubakar, and support a Tinubu or a Peter Obi. It is unfathomable. It's a simple arithmetic. Go and check it. People will say, but Buhari was popular, he didn't win. He didn't win because he couldn't cross to the south. That is where Atiku is different. Atiku was able to cross over to the south long ago, till now. He's maintained that. That's why in Ibadan, you could see that the G5, they had to chicken out. They couldn't dare it to say any nonsense about Atiku. In Lagos, so I hope you are following me. I've settled Northeast. Atiku will be number one in the Northeast. Atiku will be number one in the Northwest. There is nothing Tinubu or Obi can do about that. Nothing. There is nothing. It's a given fact. And then when you come to the North Central, Atiku will be number one again. Even in Kwara, where APC and you have a preponderance of Yoruba people, Atiku will be competitive in every part of the North Central. So which means he is able to lock down the entire 3 zones in the north. There are 3 zones: Northwest, North Central, and Northeast. Then when you now cross the bridges, whether you go through River Niger or River Benue, wherever you pass through, Atiku will hold most of the south. That one is guaranteed. There is nothing Wike or anybody can do about that. Wike is already on his way out as governor. And the truth must be told at all times. There is nothing he can do about it. A lot of people are going to stand up to him. They are not going to risk, the people of Rivers State are not going to risk their lives and their future for a man who is already on his way out. They are not going to do that. Of course, Wike has done well. I've said it repeatedly in the area of infrastructure, fantastic. Poster boy of PDP. But he's not knowing when to stop fighting has reduced his influence. Because an average Christian is taught in the Bible to forgive an enemy. When Jesus Christ was asked, how many times shall I forgive my enemy? He told the guy, he said, 70 times, 7 times. So fighting non-stop and saying no. And then all the people that the governors can support, whether Obi or Tinubu, they are coming too late. Those guys can see that PDP no longer reckons with the G5. They don't care whether they support, they don't. If they support, we're very happy. If they don't support, so be it. So which means they are going to those parties weaker than they were at the beginning. If immediately Wike lost, he left the party. Those who left PDP, their mates and in those days, when they had problems, they left. So the moment you want to stay in a party, you are badmouthing a party from which you want to gain something. These people are going to say you are selfish. And that's what happened in Ibadan. that you are telling us to vote for everybody else but not Atiku. What is Atiku's crime? He won a presidential primary. How can that be a crime? So that is why a lot of us have been begging, and they say we should get lost. They called us names, beggars, idiots, this, that. We don't care what names you call us. We will tell the truth. Nobody has a monopoly of talking. So, as I was saying, the South has an opportunity to pick the vice president. Currently, the Southwest has to turn back and headed straight to Abuja, and since then I've not been able to go to America. I was going to be decorated with the honorary citizenship of Atlanta, Georgia, when I got this appointment. And to those who call us names, who say we are beggars, we are this, you look at me very well. You cannot see anything beggarly about me. My life is simple. My life is a life of contentment. My food is waiting on the table. I'm going to soak gari and fish. That's my lunch. I'm going to have it immediately I end this interaction. So there is no way Governor Wike would have hired a beggar to do the level of job that I was doing for him. I was doing rebranding, and interestingly, this was preparatory to his presidential ambition, which he never told us about, but I suspected there was a mission to it. And I always do a good job. Nobody will call you if you don't do a good job. Wike knows I did a very good job, but I'm not the type that insults people. But I've said it clearly everywhere that any time I get tired of the insults, I will respond. I assure you, I'm nobody's beggar. People, you must respect other people. No matter who you are, no matter how rich you are, you must respect your people, especially your elders. So if you don't respect your elders, they will treat you like a kid, no matter who you are. So I've said that many times, but I'm not the type that gets angry easily. But if you drag us to the wall, then expect the response. So, yes, any other question before we go? PDP and APC should stop buying crowds at the rally. Okay, I don't know. If you have the evidence, present it. I know that PDP is very organic. It's the largest political party in Africa. And since return to democracy, we have been the most consistent, and we've done extremely well. There were issues in the past, but those issues were resolved. Your vote is for Waziri Atiku. Please call your family at home, call your friends, and let them see reasons why we need a sober, the word is sobriety, we need a sober candidate at this time. Not somebody with entitlement syndrome who feels that, the alpha and omega. You will never see Atiku play God. Yesterday, as I landed at the airport in Accra, a lady walked up to me and said, I'm Dr. Ndukwe's daughter. I was so touched because Dr. Ndukwe has been the personal physician of Atiku Abubakar for 24 years. Can you believe that? And Igbo man is his doctor. A man, you put your life in the hands of an Igbo doctor. It tells you the kind of character of this man. And his daughter too is also a doctor. So we met at the airport, and I told her, I love your dad, and I know your dad loves me. Absolutely. She confirmed. And I've known Dr. Ndukwe since the time Atiku Abubakar was vice president in Nassau Rock. People should do their due diligence. So don't let's waste opportunities and just talk down on people because somebody is a Fulani man. If you hate a Fulani man, why should a Fulani man like you? People are waging campaign of calumny against the North, and you expect the North to vote for you via blackmail. It won't work. You must love your neighbor as yourself. That's what the Holy Book says. You must love every Nigerian. You are not deserving of leading a country where you despise other people and you pretend and lie that you love them when you know in your heart of heart that you are a pretender. So, and to those who said there's nothing in the Nigerian Constitution that bars any Nigerian from contesting any time or anyone from any part of Nigeria. Atiku had offered that if PDP will zone to the southeast, he will not contest. Some governors refused. They insisted that it must be thrown open, and it was done. And today we are lamenting like Jeremiah. That's the truth. Atiku has never been desperate. He wants to offer his experience and exposure to the benefit of the generality of Nigerians. Atiku is not a man who is desperate for power. He knows his onions. He knows what he has to offer. Some people just want to attach the title president. That's not Atiku. He already has the title Vice President GCON attached to his name. So how can we have such a man of immense experience, of fantastic temperament, and yet you will tell me that because he's a Fulani man, he is disqualified? Out of 24 years of our democracy now, the South has controlled power for 13 years. 8 years of Baba Obasanjo, 8 years of President Goodluck Jonathan, 5 years of President Goodluck Jonathan, 13, 8 plus 5, 13. And President Jonathan was going to get an additional 4, if not for the fact that he lost that election in 2015. PDP never stopped him. That's to tell you how good PDP has been in terms of ethnic balancing. Had Jonathan won, that would have been 17 years out of 24. And yet, you are saying that the North is dominating power. Please, let's get serious. Do I think Atiku will win? Oh, clearly. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't be wasting my time here. The simple arithmetic favors him. History favors him. Whenever you've had two strong southern candidates, it happened in 1979, it happened in 1983. Awo refused to step down for Zeke. Zeke refused to join Awo. They lost in 79 to Shagari, they lost in 83 to Shagari. It's a pure fact that nobody can deny. And I can tell you how it will happen. The two regions claiming the presidency are the northeast, where Atiku comes from, and the southeast, where Peter Obi comes from. So in the northeast, you have some very big states. You have Bauchi, you have Borno, you have Yobe, you have Adamawa, okay, and so on and so forth. Then, that region, that is the same region where Tinubu has picked Shetima, his vice presidential candidate from Borno. Ethnic politics in Nigeria, you have Kanuri, you have Fulani,